Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Fail, the podcast where we like to celebrate life's failure. I'm your host, Tom Elwes. I'm joined today, not by Ali Woods. Ali couldn't make it because he has a real job. But, you know, ever true to his word, Andre De Freitas, always available.
That's right, yeah. Whenever someone fails, last time Sean Walsh, this time I'm taking Ali's place. Yeah. Next time you're going to hear me on this podcast, I'll be by myself.
We are joined today by the very, very, very talented Miss Anna Clifford.
Hello, how's it going?
Very good, very good. How are we all today, both you guys?
Yeah, not too bad for a Monday.
Very good, yeah. Very good weather.
Gorgeous.
Good stuff. That is the comedy chat.
How's the weather?
That solid weather chat.
This is the kind of banter you can expect from me when I'm hosting the podcast by myself.
The De Freitas hour. Okay, we are going to move on, as we always do, to the news. Okay, our first failed news story is that of the amazing sisters. You remember Sister?
Yeah.
Are you all aware of Sister?
Sister.
The twins, one of them has been drinking the other's breast milk. Because she believed it helped when she was sick. So this is Tamara Maway Housley. I've definitely screwed up that name. Has been drinking her sister's breast milk for a remedy for sickness.
Interesting.
Have we ever?
What was the sickness?
I think it was just a run-of-the-mill cold flu situation. It wasn't like cancer. Like it was like.
I just Googled it and it said drink someone's breast milk. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you find out that
always.
might be the remedy?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you don't know until you try.
Or she just tried it once, felt like $1 million, and was like, I should drink breast milk. Breast is best. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you go breast, you'll never
rest.
Yeah.
So she came and she's been drinking her sister's breast milk.
What happens when she runs out of that? She's gonna have to go looking for other people's breast milk.
What does your sister feel about all of this?
Well, okay with it, obviously.
They must be pretty close, you know.
Well, they're twins.
Like,
Yeah. But are they both drinking each other's milk, or is it just one of them who's like?
Well, in this, it just says just this one, because I think only one of them is pregnant and producing milk.
Yeah, birth.
At the time. So, you know, milk drinking. I wouldn't drink breast milk ever. There's never a scenario.
No, you would have a little taste though if you were like with your partner.
No, I
think you would.
No.
Is that something you want to tell us about an ex of yours?
No, I've always thought about that. And I'm like, I'd have to have a little lick of it and be like, oh.
It's quite acid though, isn't it?
What?
I've heard it's quite acid.
Oh, acidy like.
Yeah.
Like, it's like acid.
Bitter.
Yeah.
I think acid was the wrong terminology there.
Yeah.
Acid's not what I assume breast milk is like, but I can't see a scenario in which I'm having a shot of the breast milk ever.
I think I'd taste my own.
Yeah, if it was your own.
Yeah.
But equally, like, I produce things and I never want to taste that. So.
Yeah, but it's the same thing of like, I think that this is the equivalent of guys say like, if you could blow yourself, you'd try.
Yeah, but you can.
Then you'd spit.
Yeah. You can.
I need some lube. How about some breast milk?
Yeah, but you can eat your own fluids if you want, but you just don't. Well, I don't know what you do in your spare time. No, I've never. And I've actually had this conversation with other people. I feel like this has become an investigation into me eating my own fluids, but like I've never given that a whirl.
After you finish with your partner, you just go.
No.
Yeah, let me get that for you.
We were pointing to his face.
Yeah, they can see.
But it's like people eat the umbilical cord now, right?
No, the placenta.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
And that's meant to have loads of vitamins. Maybe that's what she looked up. It's like meant to be loads of nutrients, and that's all this like hippie shit.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's a big like vibe. Like I've heard people say that like, you know, drinking piss is good for you, but it's not something I'm ever gonna.
Well, I mean, Pope was on 2 weeks ago, and he used to keep a bottle of piss in his room and show people because he thought a healthy piss stream made you more virile. But you know, each to their own.
Like, so they say that stuff's good for your skin. I don't think I'm ever going to be at a point in my life where my skin's going to be so bad that I think, well, the only way out is Piss
or semen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get, you know what, like if we were looking at this objectively in a science way, I feel like possibly there may be some benefit to parental milk, and you know, I get
yeah,
it.
there is.
Yeah,
for babies.
for babies. Yeah.
You need to grow still.
Yeah, but like I guess like if you were providing all the nutrients to a baby, then why wouldn't it provide it to an adult?
Give your sister some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's weirder that it's your sister.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like if it was just a stranger, then maybe I'd be more on board.
What if it was a sex thing?
No, it's not a sex thing. There's nothing sexual involved in this.
But she wasn't like nursing her sister. It was like obviously like just a little thing.
Yeah, no, obviously she wasn't going straight from the source.
I'm getting a very Oedipus vibe here from Tom today.
No, okay, right. Well, we've all learned some things, and no one's agreed. Any interesting health remedies you go off packet for?
No, I don't really do much.
Well, I was doing yesterday just the thing of like you boil water and put a towel over your head with the fumes to unclog your nose.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty standard. Anyone as a kid ever get given anything weird or ever had to do anything weird?
Just like herbal remedies. Like my parents are very into like herbal medicinal stuff rather than like I never really had Calpol, so it was just like echinacea and vitamin C and stuff, and not
just like sort of crushed plants and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Like that's know.
I've always wondered when people say, "Oh, my parents were really into the nature stuff." It's like, is it just because they were poor?
Yeah, maybe. We couldn't afford Calpol that week, so they were like...
You're like, oh yeah, they were really into like, the gardening stuff and the stuff that we had in our backyard. And it's like, were they just poor?
No, it wasn't like... I feel like if anything, that herbal stuff is more expensive than some Calpol. Yeah. They're not sending you out into the garden and crushing up some nettles and being
Yeah, but we didn't have never got painkillers, so they're like, you just have to like resist your pain, and you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds quite...
So maybe that's a bit poor. Like, no, we're not playing.
Walk it off.
Yeah. Just go into a dark room and
it is a bit sort of like, it's a bit stupid how you go say, oh, let's get this natural stuff that will help. Okay, let's go to a shop and buy it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like
obviously, like you can't, if some of the plants don't grow in the UK, you're going to have to,
Yeah, I guess you must be really passionate about the herbal.
No, but like obviously, like if you were just going on like UK-based health remedies, it's just going to be like some like stinging nettles and sunflowers. Like, it's not. I feel like you're not going to get that rare Chinese medicine like growing in your back garden.
I love that guy who's like a racist, but also really into herbal remedies. So he's like, yeah, I'll only have UK-based herbal remedies.
Yeah. Gone full Brexit on his herbal treatments. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Right, we are now going to move on to our second news story of the week, and that is of when we get some solid. Okay, so this is of a lady who went on a night out. This is a classic Tia Ray. She got both her heels stuck jumping out of a taxi in a drain. Okay, nightmare.
Awful.
So she just picked the drain up and took it home with her.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, she's not going to ditch her shoes. Like
that.
Yeah.
You can leave a good pair of shoes behind.
Yeah, exactly. Just picked up the drain, just took it home.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out how that would work. You pick up the drain.
There's a drain in the floor, right? She just picked up the drain and just took it home with her.
She must have some good muscles, though. I'd say that was heavy.
So did she use the shoes to get it?
No, she didn't. No.
The shoes were stuck.
The shoes
like its heels, and they were stuck in the drain. So
yeah,
she
just picked up
and
the
it looked
drain.
like her heels were on like a little plate. And just
Right, okay.
She just picked it up and took it away. Yeah,
fair play.
Yeah, I just think that's pretty ingenious. Yeah. Like I would want to lose my pairs of shoes, especially if they're expensive. You just paid a load of money for heels. I'm taking that with me. No way. Yeah, I've come home with traffic cones. I'm not even
so many traffic cones.
Really?
Never a drain though.
Loads. You never went to university, did you?
No.
Oh, missed out.
It's trying to sound like my dad. You're like,
oh. No, that wasn't like an insult, but yeah. I don't know. I just
really seemed like you were like, do you go to university? It's like, no, you're like, no, I'm looking at my phone.
No, that wasn't.
No longer co-host.
Yeah. No longer.
Too busy having breast milk.
You need a degree to do podcasts.
Yeah.
It's a new course we're starting.
Well, if anyone does want to start a podcast, we do know where to go. Yeah, I don't know. Night out. It's pretty ingenious, to be fair.
Yeah, she must have like sobered up by then.
Ever lost?
Because that was clever.
Yeah. Ever lost anything expensive on a night out?
Depends on like my dignity, but I don't think that's very expensive.
Very cheap, actually.
Yeah.
Phones and handbags. Like, I know you used to carry handbags, but it's such a pain. I don't actually bring much stuff out with me anymore, because if you brought a whole bag with all your makeup and your wallet and like stuff, then you lose a lot of money.
I think bring back the
bum bags.
The bum bags.
They're back.
But are they? You know, like, are they in like a cool like streetwear around my shoulder?
Yeah, it's like around your like chest now.
No,
actually,
I want 80s dad bum bag. I'm in for it. I'm cool with that.
No, I feel like what you were saying before, like that Brick Lane clothing company that you work with. Like, I feel like a lot of people there would wear bum bags.
Yeah, I know. I wear bum bags again.
But again, like trendy bum bag, or like let's go.
I'll wear like crosshair now.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
But like at festivals, I think you'd wear that because you just have.
Yeah, no, I'm talking
essentials.
I want a festival, and I want not like a slimline. Sleek. I want like bulky. I've got multiple pockets in there. I want to be able to put
like
phone, wallet,
camping,
calculator, like all the things I need. You know.
When did you become a middle-aged dad, Tom?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be one. I'm slowly transforming with age. Yeah. No, I just think the bum bags. It's an underrated piece of clothing, and I think bring it back.
Definitely. And you don't lose it on nights out because you have your arms.
Exactly.
To do whatever you want.
Also, like, no one's going to be able to steal from you if you have it on the front. You know? Yeah. No one's going to...
Yeah, you definitely
look like such a Larry, though. I don't think I've got the style for it.
I think you've got the style for it.
I don't think I could pull off a bum bag.
I think you could do a chest bum bag.
Maybe a chest bum bag, yeah.
You're a very trendy man. I feel the least trendy I've ever felt on this podcast right now. Normally I'm stuck with like a middle-aged man and Ali, and it's fine. This week I'm just feeling like...
Now you're the middle-aged man.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm the middle-aged man claiming back the bum bags. It's unbelievable. Okay, what other... I don't know. Yeah, fashion things that have gone and need to come back. Bum bags is up there. Anything else? Anyone else want to see anything come back?
I think everything's coming back slowly, isn't it? Like, you know, like snapbacks and visors.
No.
I've seen people with visors, yeah.
Okay, a festival is not real attire.
No,
that's
you
not like,
wear whatever you want.
I just like festivals because people show up to festivals, they're like, right, well, I'm just an Indian for the weekend now. Like, I'm no longer Dave from accounts. I'm now Indian Bob. Like, whatever bullshit that is. Like, no. I just think that's not real. I'm talking like day-to-day attire. I've not seen people in like proper... When you say visor, you mean like nothing...
the no bits.
Golf visor.
And like maybe see-through colour.
See-through, orange. That's right, yeah. This is a shout-out for all you tennis fans out there.
Bring back tennis. I saw big clunky trainers have come back in.
They are back. Oh my God. Platforms are back.
Yeah.
They're like brands that I thought were dead. Like... Fila.
Like Elise.
Fila's making
a
comeback.
Elise. Yeah. All of these brands, I thought they were like, dead for years and years. Like, next thing's going to make a comeback.
It's just like bands, they could do a comeback tour. It's like brands just got to come back and like do some good stuff.
Okay, so like I have a small theory about this. I feel like, right, we've been like, stuff has been recycled. Like, let's say in the 2000s, everyone recycled the 80s. And, like, now we're in, like, the teens, like, everyone's recycling the 90s. Yeah. Eventually, we just get to the point where we're recycling the recycle.
Yeah, we can, because no one's going to recycle, like, now, because we're doing what other people are doing.
Yeah, but, like, is that when culture dies and we call it a day? Like,
we're done.
Some big questions on All I Do Is Fail today, but, like, I feel like that's...
Well, is it, like, for example, my parents, and probably your parents as well, they used to, like, all wear All-Stars, like Converses, and then that stopped for years, and like in the last 4 years maybe. Like,
my parents are very conservative people. I don't know if they wore All-Stars. Are my parents wearing All-Stars?
They're not wearing them now, but they definitely wore
back
them
in the
before,
day. Cooler than mine.
Yeah, come on. She was like saying her parents are all about the like herbal remedies. They wear some All-Stars.
The All-Stars. Got the trendy shit. I'm out of the loop once again. Okay. I just feel like okay, so we've been through that fashion. I don't know, anything else that's come back that you wish will make a comeback but hasn't yet?
I think
misogyny. I'd like to
one day.
De Freitas just holding out for the misogyny train to come back into the station. Okay.
I was thinking like the less use of phones, hopefully, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I will.
We all try and go back to like
Just calling people.
Yeah, like knocking on someone's door, being like, "You come out."
No, can't do that. That's mental. That is completely mental.
But like, just time away from phones more.
The reason that you can't just do knocking on people's doors, because back in the day, if you wanted to like ask someone out on a date, you'd have to like follow them home so you knew where they lived and knock on their door. You can't do that now. That's
I know,
insane.
and I don't even answer my door, like honestly, to anyone.
Okay.
It's just if it goes, I'm like, if no one texts me saying they're coming.
What about if it's a parcel or something?
Oh yes, my neighbour can answer for it. Like I just think it's like going to be someone who was attacking me.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Wait, how many times have people tried to attack you before that you've established this?
No times, but I have been robbed in my house, but I was asleep. But like I don't know, I just have a feeling that.
Oh, you got broken into?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Yeah, my house.
Not her, the house.
No, yeah.
What?
That's. Yeah. I know you're trying to do that, but like, I'm embarrassed for you.
I'm never getting
I've
asked
been broken
back.
into.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna edit this out, aren't you?
Yeah. I might try and edit you out of this podcast. Yeah. Thanks, Andre, coming in with the
Photoshop Sean Walsh in.
Yeah, Sean's definitely not coming on now. Okay, yeah, I got burgled a lot as a kid.
Had you?
Yeah, like 3 times growing up in London. Yeah, my house got burgled. One time, this guy, I remember we were downstairs, and this guy was like trying to like jig the back door, but like the lights were off, and my dad's a very big hairy man, and he got right to it was like a glass door, he got right to the glass door and then just turned the light on, and then this kid was like staring at him, and the kid was just like, "Is this your house?" And my dad was like, "Yeah," and then the guy just went, "Okay," and then just ran off.
Yeah. Imagine there's like opening up the lights in your house and then you see someone like then it's like, "Oh, I was looking for Danny doesn't live here."
That's terrifying. Like that's my biggest nightmare, is like see someone you don't know in your house.
Do you live on your own?
No, I live with a roommate.
Oh, well,
I'm just scared of everything. Like I still sleep with the light on.
Really?
Yeah.
Why the dark?
But like in like the distance. What, the dark? I don't know. I just don't know what's gonna happen. It's so mysterious.
Yeah. I mean,
scary. I think I have an overactive imagination. Like I just imagine that someone's in the room staring at me.
I have a bit I do on stage where I ask people what their biggest fear is, and the other day I did have a guy and he said pears. Like,
pears?
Yeah, and like we got into it quite.
Fruit?
Yeah. We got
just that pears of people or things.
Yeah.
Or the card game.
His shoe situation is a nightmare.
Yeah. Odd socks all the time.
He was afraid of them, and he had to go to like a special class to like hold pears. Yeah.
What did pears ever do to him as a kid?
I don't know. Well, it's true.
Oh my God. I don't feel so bad about my fear then.
Like he gets PTSD from going to Whole Foods.
Yeah.
It's like when you put like cucumbers behind cats, I'd imagine, and if you had a pear behind him, it'd be like, ah!
No, but it's a weird thing. I also do know someone who like just had really poor nutrition growing up, and he had to go to like a special school where he like ate fruit for the first time. So he got to like the age of 15 and never eaten fruit really.
That's him.
Yeah. I think that's what happens like if your parents just like let you do what you want, just like free ball it, and then
and then you end
nuggets.
Up having your sister's breast milk. it all takes a turn.
It's a circle.
Yeah, the recycling.
Yeah.
Everything comes back. Well, let me ask you something. And are you like, because you were saying you don't answer the door to people, but you also don't like, you want to spend less time on your phone. Are you one of those people who will take a call?
Oh no, I'm very scared of telephones. I'm such a millennial though. Like I'm like, if I, it's like your phone's ringing and you can see it, and then you just like don't answer, and then 5 minutes later you're like, oh sorry.
Yeah.
Text them. Like I just think everything can be like, firstly,
told
over text message, and then I might call you.
I missed the call. I just
don't like being,
I think so. You want to know what you're being called about first.
Really? So back in the day, I guess, like if you wanted to take someone out, you'd get their number and you'd call them and you say, "Hey, do you want to go out?"
Yeah.
If someone did that to you now, would you think they're really weird?
Oh no, I don't want to think that, but it might.
Yeah.
I hate that though. I felt like that's not happened to me before, but like, yeah, sometimes you're like, why is that weird? It shouldn't be like. And if I'm single at the minute, and I'm like, I want someone to like ask me out and all this, and when it actually happens, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know that way, like you think of
what a freak.
Yeah.
Well, you dialed the numbers and you pressed
like that.
call.
Like, what if
on
someone
purpose?
sent me a nice, like, you have Valentine's up there on the board, right? And I was thinking like, what if for like Valentine's Day, someone like found out where I lived and sent me like a card. That'd be so nice. But actually, that would be really weird.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because they'd have to figure out where
you lived. Yeah, again, it comes to they would have to follow you home. But yeah, I mean, God help him if he actually
romantic and creepy is a bit.
Did come to your door and ring the doorbell because he'd be out there all night. So,
he'd be waiting a long time.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the things that you'd see in like the most famous romantic comedies that we all grew up watching would be considered quite sort of a lot today.
Yeah, like full on.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? If someone like ran after you in an airport or something, you'd be like, "You're a creep, man. You need to get away from me right now."
Your love.
How did you get through security? Like,
if someone ran after you at the airport, you'd just be like, you'd run.
Yeah. You wouldn't wait for them. You'd run faster.
I think it's a terrorist incident. Yeah. Yeah, they're always having to buy a ticket to a random flight to make it through the barriers as well, which I always thought like that's a big expense. Is
it worth it?
That's a lot of money.
Well, I once saw this one guy who like runs past security and they're like, grab that guy, and they're like, oh, it's for love. It's like, still grab that guy. You don't know this. This guy can just go through. Like
you didn't. Well, you actually saw that in an airport.
No, I saw it in a movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then like TSA was like, oh, it's for love, everything's okay. He's like, no, if you tried to do that in real life, you'd for sure get tackled, tasered, and then put in an interrogation room. What does love stand for? Who do you work for?
Running through an airport just screaming it's for love. But I feel like they're definitely taking you. It sounds more like a terrorist incident. It's for love.
For the love of my country.
Yeah. It says,
if you're a terrorist, you go, it's for love. My religion.
Of God.
Yeah, this is taking a dark twist. Okay. No, you're right. There would be a lot of things in rom-coms that you couldn't do now. Just all the creepy. Just going to where people live with uninvited is always going to be weird. Yeah. I don't think anyone's ever going to appreciate that.
But also then that's like a really British thing where people don't like they don't like to inconvenience other people or disturb them like ever so slightly, you know? Like,
why? What are you doing in Portugal?
Disturbing them slightly,
banging on the door, being like, "Oi, come on."
Yeah. You home, like, cause like phones haven't reached there, so we're still very much on an old school basis. We just got our first landlines. Yeah. Do you think that's gonna make a comeback?
Landlines
will never make a comeback.
No. I don't think so.
I'm very happy I wasn't really old enough of an age to do dating where I had to call people's landlines.
Yeah, ask their mom if you're there.
The humiliation of calling up your friend when you were like 13 and being like, oh, is Adam there or whatever, and then being like, yeah, Adam, there's some girl on the phone for you. Like, oh man, sucks. Your squeaky little voice.
Yeah, you think it's awkward now when someone calls you directly. Like in those days, you had to go through the.
But, when I was a kid, I used to love someone calling a landline for me, like, because it was never for you, was it? Like, and you always ran to answer it, and then it was like your auntie. Stuck having like a shit conversation. And then you can hand it over to your mum. And you're like,
no, I thought it was like one of my mates calling me up, being like, "Go on MSN." Like,
MSN was where it's at.
Calling them individually, like, "I'll be on in an hour." Good.
Yeah, and like on Messenger, you had that thing where you had like your email, then like your status or whatever thing. People always put whatever they were feeling at the moment.
What were you?
I love my best friend, whomever, and then like that would be your thing on MSN or.
I don't know if I did that. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like a little tag. I can't remember what I had though.
I don't know. Probably something lame. I mean, my email address was badman32 till I was 23 years old. So, whatever.
What's so bad? Mine was Princess Anna 77. Like,
badman32.
Badman.
There were 31 other bad men out there. Just so you're all aware. A lot of time punching that email in.
What was when you put that through? Like, was your original?
Yeah,
that you wanted was
Bad
Man.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
taken. Bad Man 1. Also taken. As I say, 31 other bad men out there, people. It's a rough world. Yeah, I don't know. That's another thing I do on stage. I always ask people what their first email address was because you get some actually. I had this guy the other day. It's that really good-looking guy from Essex, and he just had 69 in his email address, and I was just like, "You're a dick.
Classic.
You're the worst."
I've seen like quite a, I think because I've seen you do that. Ask a few times that, and people, I think it's like such a sure thing that people always have embarrassing emails when they were
Yeah.
If you didn't, I'm like, that's embarrassing.
Or it's always something weird, like they, you know, like a film that they love. It's just like, I love Twilight so much, like I want to cry.
Yeah. If you tell your friends that your email address was just your name, they'll be like, "What a loser!"
yeah. That's so boring, an adult. Like, what's wrong with it?
What were some of like the email addresses that your friends had? Do you remember it?
My best friend was Attitude18.
That's good.
And then I was Princess Anna. I can't remember.
Attitude18, and presumably not made when she was 18. So.
No, I don't know where she got the 18 from. Yeah,
again, there's another 17 attitudes.
She wasn't born in like 1918 or anything. Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Were either of you fanatical about anything growing up?
I just had a massive monkey teddy collection.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I just loved monkeys.
Okay.
Got like little ornaments and teddies of them all the time.
So you have a room full of monkeys?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's terrifying. I'm sure to go in and see.
Do you still have that in your?
No, I gave some of them away. Sadly, like it became a point where I was like, you need to get rid of these. I should have kept them in the attic, but my parents probably like.
Was it like Beanie Babies or like?
Yeah, Beanie Babies, big teddies, like whatever.
Yeah, we've spoken about Beanie Babies before. Like people just thought that they were going to take off and like, you know.
Oh like yeah, collections.
Yeah, but like now no one gives a shit about Beanie Babies.
Yeah, like.
Just like give them away.
No.
What's a Beanie Baby?
Oh shit, you don't even know. It's
like a TY teddy. You know, they had like the little. They were small and had beans in them. Like not beans.
It's like a little stuff.
Oh yeah. I think
and they had like
know what you
the
mean,
tags had a heart and they said TY, but there was all different collections. And
right.
Stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. You had a better childhood than us.
No, I think we just had access to less stuff.
Yeah.
What was big in Portugal growing up?
Going outside.
With a ball.
Pretty wild.
Not playing with stuffed animals.
Yeah. I don't think I played with them. I just sat them there on my bed. But I don't think I was a big fan of anything. Like I didn't really latch on to stuff like maybe the Spice Girls and Boyzone.
Boyzone must have been huge in Ireland.
Yeah, huge. Yeah,
like
they were the lads.
They were the lads. The
lads.
Big. It's weird to think about Boyzone being the Westlife take them over. Or?
They did for some people, but I think by then I was like, nah.
You
can't replace Boyzone, and I just didn't like them. I didn't like any of the tunes.
Westlife, bit too clean cut. I feel like Boyzone in a 90s
boy bad boy image,
bit of edge. Yeah. I mean it's very small, about as much edge as an orange, but like just there was some edge in there.
Yeah,
like some of them had
too, pretty and too perfect. I think
a lot of and their songs, no
bangers,
no dance routines either.
But like with those like. I've never really gotten into it, but I've got to admit there's a couple of Backstreet Boys tunes I got into.
Boys
and like they made that song Backstreet's Back.
Backstreet Boys.
And that was a return of a boy band. Like that's hard enough to do and then do it with such a hit.
What?
Do you know what I mean? Like having a return from a band who sort of retired and then came back and then come back with such a banger tune.
I feel like you're getting your timelines mixed up with Backstreet Boys. I don't feel like they'd gone away and come back and done Backstreet's Back.
Really?
They did Backstreet's Back when they were just there.
Yeah. Wait,
they weren't back.
Yeah, they were just around.
They never left.
Yeah.
No, they did leave. But when did they bring that song? They didn't just bring that out like a couple of years ago.
You can't just say Backstreet's Back when they've never left.
I feel this is a language barrier thing we're getting through now. This is like
yeah. No, I think it's just
they didn't. It was just.
We're back.
I'm gonna Google it.
No, we don't need to Google live
the
Backstreet.
meaning of Backstreet's Back.
Yeah, but I just feel like it was a part of their first album, and probably it's just a song,
Oh well.
There's no need to worry about it. We don't need to live Google Backstreet's Back on our podcast. But yeah, we'll assume. Any other big Irish Bewitched?
Bewitched, yeah, that was the first concert I went to.
Pretty cool. The Cores were edgy.
The Cores were cool, but they're like a bit.
Which one had violins?
Like older than me.
Was that the Chords of Violence?
Oh yeah, I think they had violins. Yeah, they're all brothers and sisters, weren't they? So they all.
Oh, that's very like.
Yeah. Irish.
Yeah.
All related.
Yeah, get all your brothers and sisters together and have a little party. Yeah, that's good.
What else was big in Ireland?
I don't know. It's like. In terms of...
Like when you're growing up as a teenager or kid?
I don't remember much from my childhood. Yeah.
It's all those herbal remedies.
Yeah.
Westlife were big. I guess U2 were big back home.
Yeah.
What else? But everything that was kind of big here, I think, was big.
Are
back home.
Are you two...
Irish.
Yes. Irish.
Yeah.
I didn't want to... I feel like you've installed a fear in me now.
Don't, Andre, don't worry. This is,
But they are Irish.
They're Irish, yeah.
Right.
You two are almost certainly Irish, although they don't like to pay their tax in Ireland, which is a problem.
They do all that charity work in return, so swings and roundabouts, right?
Well, I think the Irish people would probably, rather than pay they're worth like £1 billion, they'll probably have some of that in tax.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I've never really gotten into YouTube other than that song that they did, like Backstreets Back. I love that one.
It's actually my favorite. Okay. Right, guys. This has been a riveting news section of ups and downs. And we are now going to move on to Fail of Your Life.
Woo.
Okay.
A fail of your life? I thought it was just said fail.
Well, we're quite extensive in Fail of Your Life. Right, we're now going to move on to Fail of Your Life with Anna. Anna, take it away. The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Yes. Okay. So yeah, when you asked me to do this, I was like, easy. My life is a failure. Yeah. And then when I actually thought about it, I was like, I'm not doing too bad. You know that way? It's a good exercise to do, to actually be like, do you know what? You haven't failed as much as you think you have. So it's good. So I think most of my actual, I think there's the failures that are not interesting in life because they're own personal ones. But most of my actual failures would be drunk failures.
Okay, strong. Yeah, good buzzwords there. We like it.
Yeah. So that would most be time when I was drinking far too much in my early 20s.
Okay,
late teens. So
when we say too much, like a problem or not so bad?
I don't know. Yeah, you'd probably say it was a problem.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm from Ireland, so it's just
someday.
That was something that was big growing up.
No, I definitely I feel like I don't remember a lot of my nights out from 18 to 22.
Okay.
So that's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we all have been there.
I feel like you actually have to hit a certain age for anyone to take a problem seriously.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when it is, but I think
it's when you have a career or a family to look after and you can't. That's when they're like, you have a problem.
Yeah.
But if you're just ruining your
existence.
Maybe that's one thing that's going to make a comeback. Your alcohol problem.
Oh, hopefully not. I feel like I've got it on I've got a good gauge. No, I still mess up sometimes, but I got a good level. So but you still
because you never had what I we were saying that you didn't have you still drink, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a.
No, I haven't gone teetotal yet.
Yeah. Thought about it?
Yeah, kinda.
Thought about doing a bit of sober January or dry Jan.
That makes January so much more miserable.
Yeah, got 10
January
days
is so hard enough to be
I just spent the entire time thinking, wow, I really like booze. I really want to drink.
In a way, you have to find a good relationship with it. It's fun, but then there are times when we've all abused it far too much and you're using it for the wrong reasons. So it's you need to get a good level.
Okay, so paint us the picture. You're in Ireland. What bit
of
Ireland?
I'm in Ireland. Still live with my mum and dad. Dublin.
Okay.
Howth, gorgeous fishing village on the north side of Dublin.
Okay, small town, big town.
Small town. It's we call it a bubble because it's a peninsula. So it's a good place to grow up. But
Most exciting things a post box or more exciting than that?
Most exciting thing in Howth.
Yeah.
There's lovely views of the sea.
Okay, right.
And fish and chips. And good pubs.
Right.
Good pubs, good crack. So, I woke up one morning and I couldn't remember a thing. You know the way, usually after a night out. And I was like, fuck, I don't remember how I got home. I can't remember a single thing. And I was like, oh, my head is so sore. My head is banging. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, actually, it's really sore. So I put my hand behind my head and it was all crusty.
Oh,
ew, I know. And I was like, oh no.
What blood or
yeah, it's blood. So I was picked some of it out. It was red crust, and I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
Oh shit. So I lifted my head up off the pillow, and there was blood on the pillow. And then I realized someone was in the bed with me. And then I kind of turned.
Did you think they did it?
And I was like, oh fuck, my mom tried to kill me. No, my mother was sleeping beside me like an angel. And she was like, she didn't wake up. So I was panicking. I was like, why is my mum in the bed beside me? And then obviously back then, I don't think we had WhatsApp groups. So I was on my Nokia, to everyone that was out the night before, being like, does anyone remember what happened to me? Where was I? What happened? And one of my friends got back to me being like, we went to someone's 18th or something, 19th. And I had made a habit of this. I am always quite good. I know when I get too drunk, I'll take myself home. I'm going to make a fool of myself. So I did this thing when I was younger where if I got too drunk, I would just run. I would just run. I'd be outside the pub or somewhere. My friends remember it. They're like, yeah, you'd always just be chatting, and then they're just and I'm gone. Because I didn't want anyone to stop me from like, it was like an Irish exit, but everyone knew I was leaving.
Yeah, like the most Irish exit thing ever.
Yeah, they were like, see ya, because I was like, no one could stop me. I'm just going to make it home.
On a side point, I never got... So my dad's Irish, but I've never really... Where does the Irish exit stem from? Does anyone... Why do Irish people just not say goodbye and just leave?
Yeah, we just rather not say goodbye and like leave.
Wait, what's an Irish exit?
It's like...
Well, I guess from the context I can understand, but...
It's when you're like too drunk and you leave a party without telling anyone.
Right, okay.
So that no one knows. But that's, I think, and maybe because like Irish people will just tell you to stay, you know, the way. Like if you tell someone at a party back home, like, I'm going to go, they're like, no, like, don't go. Like, it's so much fun. Like, have another drink. Like, we're going to stay out till like the morning. So...
Did you run to sober up, or?
I just ran to go home and I stacked it. Like my friend said, he seen me stack it and I cracked my head off the pavement. And I don't remember this at all.
Why the running? Why was that the...
It was just how to get, like, it's dark. Like I said, I don't like dark. And I was just like, I'll go home and I'm going to make it home faster if you run. Like, and I hate running. I don't know why drunk me is like, you know, it'd be better if you ran home.
Ran all the way.
Like, shortens the time. And I was obviously in like massive heels because that was what you did when you were like a teenager. And then, so he picked me up and was like carrying me home, and he was going to try and do the sound thing as your mates do and like just put me in my house without my anyone knowing, and just like let me in.
But like he was probably quite drunk as well. Yeah, so he showed up with you covered in blood, aged 18. Your mum's he was like carrying me like a lifeguard would carry someone like out of the sea, like saving them, and then down my steps. And he said my parents just like opened the door and like had like their blood all over his shirt and like a limpless, lifeless daughter in his arms. Whoa.
And then I was like, I just couldn't remember it, but I just think that's like a massive fail for me, because if you should not wake up beside your mum after the age of 8 in your bed. And like, my poor mum, she thought I was going to die in my sleep.
Yeah, so were your parents not like, when your friend hands you over, like kind of passed out full of blood?
Yeah.
Were your parents like, she just needs to sleep it off?
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, head injuries are so serious. Like, I should have been brought to hospital and checked. Yeah. And instead, my mum was like, no, I'll sleep beside her because then we'll notice if her heart stops. But she didn't even notice I woke up. You know that way?
Wait. Oh, no. Wait. If she's asleep, how on earth is she going to notice that your heart has stopped?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you not think your mums think they have like this maternal instinct? Like, they're like, they think they know.
I think I'm understanding why your mum didn't give you painkillers now as a kid.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, exactly. They don't want to take me to hospital. They're like, no, it's fine. We'll just sleep beside her. I was like fucking terrified when I woke up beside my mum. I was like,
because your mum fell asleep, so she wasn't like up.
And she didn't wake up to me stirring, waking up. So I would have passed away. God.
I would have been angry at my mum. I would have been like, take me straight to hospital if that had happened.
Yeah, exactly. I should have got angry instead of being like disappointed and sorry.
Yeah.
I should have turned it on them and been like, they're like, we're disappointed you put yourself in jeopardy. And I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't bring me to hospital.
Yeah. And you could have leveraged that.
Yeah.
Could have leveraged that to your parents to get a nice gift or something. Well, didn't bring you to the hospital. I cracked my head. Have you got siblings?
Yeah, I've got an older brother.
Okay, was he bad as well or not as bad?
He was like probably bad, like in his teenagers, but he's turned into a wise, also kind of spiritual person. So like I am just like the prodigal daughter now, I'd say. Okay. Because like my parents don't drink that much for Irish family. Okay. And then my brother used to, and then kind of stopped as well. He hasn't stopped completely, but he's like
tailed off.
Yeah. And then it's just me being like fucking
having a good time.
All the time.
Yeah. Also being in the comedy industry doesn't help with that lifestyle, does it?
No.
Like if you're really serious about quitting to drink, like the ultimate test would be going through Edinburgh without drinking. I think that would be you can do that.
That'd be hard, wouldn't it?
But if you can do that, I think you can like
you can do anything.
Yeah,
you can get it through Edinburgh without a drink.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hard. Yeah, I've had older brothers and sisters who both did everything terrible that you can do under the sun. So like by the time it came around to me and my younger brother, it was like whatever.
That's nice.
How many brothers do you have?
2 and a sister.
All right.
Yeah, 2 and a sister.
And you're the youngest?
No, middle. I'm a comic, shock. But like, I remember being a. Oh, hello.
Oh, I forgot there was a dog here.
Yeah. Hello.
Aww.
Yeah, I remember being 12 or 13 and my parents having a dinner party downstairs. We used to have like a glass conservatory and there was like a balcony at the top of the house. And my brother had been on a night out, and then he went up to the top room and he vomited off the balcony, and it just hit the conservatory roof and just like slid down the glass. And I've never heard my dad shout so much up a stairwell, just be like, "Well, what are you doing?" It's like I had to come out absolutely smashed, just being like, "I'm so sorry."
Oh, that's hilarious.
So funny.
But I guess still from that, like, I guess we're all similarly aged, so you're still from that time where, like, it was the last time that was kind of okay to hit your kids, and then it stopped.
Why are you always taking this in such a dark direction? Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, but, like, not in, like, I don't mean, like, beat them up. I mean,
no,
like, you know,
you got like
a
little
bit.
hit if you got.
And then after that,
anything.
it sort of kind of faded off, and people don't do that.
I don't know what the law is, but I think, can you still hit your kids? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to hit kids, like, even if they're your own. But I feel like some people do.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of like,
it's certainly still offense, but.
Because I always tell my dad to remind him of a time he hit me, and he's like, swears to God he didn't do it. And I'm like, I remember it, like, you hit me, but I deserved it, like, I don't care.
That's the thing.
I'm not thinking you're like
a
child beater. Yeah, like, I fucking deserve that. So
yeah,
we were all hit as kids.
Would you hit your kid?
No, I'm not going to say on this podcast that I would hit my kid. No. Categorically, no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The misogyny train and the child beating.
Bring back misogyny and child beating. That's what I want to come back.
Andre's never welcome here again.
You can just see his frustration in his face by inviting me to this. He's like, he's put his head down like 3 times. He's like, I can't believe you said that.
To all our nice fans out there, and and the nice lady who wrote a nice thing about us on the NHS website, we do not condone hitting in any way or anything. Oh, Jesus Christ! Right? Okay. Good. Well, that's interesting.
Well, come see my show. I'm going to.
yeah. If you want to go and see some pretty out there comedy, go and see Andre De Freitas. Okay. Anna, have you any other fails you wish to share with the group?
I don't know.
What worst gig ever to date?
Oh, worst gig. Had to be a gig at home. And it was last minute fill. Some girl dropped out and they asked me to fill in on the day.
Where was it?
It was in Galway, and it was on with 3 really big comedians back home. They've all been in Father Ted.
Oh wow!
So have you watched Father Ted?
Yeah, of course.
So they still like tour Ireland. All these comics that were in it, because like Dermot Morgan was a stand up himself that wrote it. So he got all comics to be in it at the time. So they were 3 on it, and then me. So people just come, they continuously just do these Father Ted kind of gigs, and like people come see them. It's like a cult kind of thing, like they love them. And they had me open for 20 minutes at the start, and nobody wanted me there.
Really?
Wow, I've never experienced such hostility in my life. They were like, shut up. Like, we don't want you here. You're not funny. Like,
with actual rage being thrown.
It was just like looking around at people just like so disinterested, you know, that way. Like, no one was giving me like a second of their time, kind of.
Did they was any like vocal, did anyone shout at you?
No, there was no like heckling. It was just kind of worse. I would just be like, shut up, you're shit, or something. I'd be like, all right, thanks. But it was just kind of silence, and I was like getting paid to do 20 minutes. So I was like, I'm going to have to be up here, guys. Like, this is it. Like, come on, we're either going to be in this or not, you know? And I've just never felt like I've never felt that before. Like, I've bombed, but not had like, but been able to pick it back up with other stuff, right? You know, that way. And it was just like, nothing.
Did you try crowd work?
You hate me? No, because I was like looking at their faces like, gee, you do not want me to talk to you. Like, they're like, don't you fucking dare talk to us. So I kept going, and then, for once in my life, I felt like the stupid, like, female comic trying to be funny. Like, and I've never felt that off an audience before. And and then it was like almost worse, because I came off, and, you know, like, you always like review yourself, but I'm never like, oh my God, that was shit to people afterwards. Because I'm like, what's the point? You know what you did or wrong. And I just was like, that was awful. And the guy was like, tough crowd. And then the next guy that got up, like, he didn't even say anything. Like, he went, hello. They're like, ah! And I was just like, you know, it wasn't even like, oh, it was the audience that night. It was like, no, I was fucking shit, honestly.
Well, did these other guys, were they just doing material about the show or something like that?
No, they're just doing like material about, being like Irish lads, I guess. Like, their material being just
But it's tough when people are there to see someone specific.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not that.
But at the same time, I'm like, I was obviously not like, they just obviously didn't enjoy anything I was bringing to the table. So that's it.
Yeah. It's like every time you go see a big act. Like every time you go see a big band or a big comedian, and then they're like, "All right, welcome to the opening act." You go, "Oh,
yeah." Like maybe they should have stuck me in the middle or something. I don't know, to warm people up. But at the same time,
no. But also, like, I think that's such a tough spot.
Yeah,
like opening is
like
always
for
tough.
people that were like, "Who are you? Get off."
But it's harder with like, because if it's music and you're opening for a band, like no one knows you, so at best people are gonna kind of be like. Oh,
I think about opening for a band be hard as well because people come to see music.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's quite a lot of comedians who do that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't mean as a comment, but I mean as if you're a musician opening for a big musician. At best, you're going to get people be like, "No, it was alright. I might check them out on Spotify." Like, if you're a comic, like you're still expected to do well, and like even though they're not there to see you, so it's a tough gig. It's a really difficult gig. Also, it's a very lonely space knowing that you've got to do 20 minutes and
it's like the longest.
4 minutes have gone by with nothing. You're like, fuck it.
I'm like, oh, no, they'll get this bit. Like, this bit always does well. And oh, nothing.
Yeah.
And your mouth dries up. And I never bring a pint on stage or anything because it kind of distracts me. Because I can work quite well with my thing. But I was like, sawdust. I was like, bleh.
Can I get a drink, please?
Yeah, and it's like that made me be slower because I was like, I have to open my mouth.
How big was the room?
It was probably like 100 people there or something.
Oh, okay. It's big, but it's not like it's not like world.
That is like nothing makes you feel like you're starting out again than when you're putting out your gold and it's getting nothing. That feels like when it's like brand new, like starting out.
But like if I'm really crashing and burning, like if it's just a hot hideous night, then I'll just be like, all right, I'm just going to try some stuff I've never tried before. Because your gold's not working. Your crowd work's not working. Then that is your plan C. Like, let's just try some shit and see what happens.
I know. I was thinking that. I was like, I should have just, tried to go off thing. But I was honestly looking at people that hated my guts. So I was like, because they want to go, what do you do? They were like, no. No.
It's when everyone, you want to avoid eye contact with everyone. That when you look out and they're looking up at you and you're like, no, not this bit of the audience. I'll try.
Yeah, because I was looking at couples being like,
like you have a good night, but there's like one person in the crowd who doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Everyone like that.
Yeah.
It's so awful.
Yeah.
It's like those nights when you go to try out like new stuff or you go to do material, whatever, and nothing gets, and you're so like anything like. You try a new bit, and like you hear like a chair creak, and you're like, "Keep her. This will work. This will work in a big room." Because you get nothing on anything.
Get a low key like nose snort, and you're like, "Well, we don't know."
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird thing of like comics realize because you can sort of tell like when someone goes, "Huh." Like this will work.
Yeah.
In theory, this makes no sense on why it should work, but you know that in a bigger, better room, it might.
It might. Yeah, I don't know. Tough gig. Just kill it.
I think you have to have one though. That's why I came back. My mum was like, "You have to have one." There it is. So I was like, "Thanks."
If that's your worst gig, like well done. Because honestly, I've had a lot worse than that.
Oh really? Even like people shout.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather that. That would be like starts the audience interaction.
You have not gigged in Scunthorpe yet, people. You need to get yourselves out of that.
What happened to you?
Oh, just hideous. Like,
I love hearing people's like failures then.
Shouting and screaming and just get off. And,
get off.
I think someone told me to go kill myself. Like, it's ups and downs.
Yeah, I did a charity gig for
heckling at charity, Steve.
No, I did. I
must have really fucked it.
No, like here's the thing. I did this gig. It was like a charity gig, but it was for this like Labour candidate. Mm-hmm. Labour Party candidate. As soon as I went up, one guy yelled out Brexit.
Oh.
And I'm like, aren't you supposed to be the party that's against Brexit? It's like, this guy dislikes me so much, he just changed all his political views right now.
I've taken such a stance against you.
He was like, welcome to stage. Andre De Freitas. I come up on stage, like, Brexit!
Get out.
I was like, jeez.
Oh, that's funny.
That would be hard, a charity political gig.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you're politically inclined the way that charity is, it's fine. But if you're doing a Labour gig, you're getting up there and doing all your sort of DUP stuff.
Yeah.
Damn it! Oh.
I hadn't even said anything yet. So when I said, when it then said, oh, yeah, I'm Portuguese, whatever, I could just see that, like, that section of the room was like, we don't like this guy at all. And then weirdly, when I got off stage and I was going back to the station, I was crossing the road. Some guy whispered to me again, randomly, Brexit. And I'm like...
That's so creepy.
That's so fucked up.
And I was like, oh, I'm never coming back here.
That's so sinister.
I know. Like, we had to cross... So I was with another comic, Mo Omar, and we had to cross the road earlier because he was saying there were these guys clock us. And, like, I think they did not like how we looked at all. So we had to cross the road before. But even then, when we just stopped to cross before we...
Where was this?
So this was in... I'll find it. It's not very close to London, about a 20-minute train from London. It's...
Was that Hertfordshire?
No, it was...
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Britain's racist. What do you want? There's also, I've got a small, on a side point, I do have a bit of a bone. I was watching, there was a show on Channel 4 the other day, and it was like Alice Levine, and she went and like lived with someone on the far right, and it's just like, it was just her being like, that's so shocking, a man being racist. It's like, what did you expect? Like, you go and live with the far right, like, and they're racist, like, of course, like, this is exactly what's going to happen. I just feel like, what's the point of the show? Why were you surprised? Yeah, what other outcome would have you wanted for this show? That he wasn't actually that racist? Like, of course not.
Yeah, he was just pretending to be racist because of the job opportunities out there for all the racists.
Yeah. Just a fake racist.
Yeah.
Right, have you got any other fails you wish to share? You must have failed more than that in your life.
I failed loads of times, I feel, but I don't know. They're not funny, are they?
Well, depressing is also okay.
Yeah, depressing fails.
Yeah. No, depressing's good.
It's sad.
No, but our listeners revel in the depressing.
As written by the NHS review website.
Why? What did the NHS review website?
We do lots of stuff on like people who had. So we had people come on and they talk about like mental health issues or like divorce or addiction. That kind of thing. Yeah.
When you started this, do you expect people to bring like funny fails? Or
we mainly like.
And then they come in, they're like, well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite funny fails for a while, and then I can't remember who it was. Like someone, it was like Joe Parsons or something came on. He was like, "Yeah, I OD'd," and we were like, "Whoa, okay, it's taking a shift." But I don't know, it's quite nice. We revel in it, and it's fun and fun.
Actually, whilst you're talking about that, I don't know if you guys saw it, but that American comic Brody Stephens, he killed himself.
He passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Brody Stephens was like a staple in the LA scene, like really well known and really sort of beloved by everyone. And he's just with this guy that was like, apparently from what everyone had said, that had this crazy good positive, like he's really positive and really supportive of everyone, but he was in such like severe depression that he just, so I guess it's, just if you feel like that, I think like a lot of us feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like stuff out there, and I don't think he realized how much support he had from the community, and now you'll never get to see it. I think sometimes there's this thing of like people feel like they won't be missed until they disappear, and then the outpouring was amazing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? With anyone who, all the support is there once you're gone. It's just like it's not there when people need it, kind of thing, and that's the issue.
Yeah, I think it's just because like I think a lot of people just don't talk about it.
Yeah,
and I mean, like culturally, like in Portugal, you wouldn't really talk about. Like if I say I was depressed, people are just like, "Oh, just sad."
Yeah.
So it's not like in some places. I don't think it's like as like accepted as it is now, especially for the older generations as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the same in England, I'm sure, in Ireland.
Yeah.
But like a kind of
massive, like male suicide is like huge in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just people don't talk about it. It's just why we do AIDIF and try and get people to speak about it.
Yeah, it's good. More. And I think there's like definitely more stuff happening in Ireland to get people to speak about it, and here as well. It's like the charity. Like,
do you think that there's anything to do with, because obviously like Ireland and Portugal, they're both very like Catholic countries.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a sort of like Catholicism attached to not being able to like speak about that sort of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. There's lots of repression back home from Catholicism and abuse and everything. So definitely
runs thick in any religious based country is going to be
especially with
repressed.
Comedians. I think in particular, like comedians tend to be very like depressed. I think comedians are depressed.
But like I don't think we all are. It does piss me off sometimes when people are like, "Oh, your comic must be depressed." Like, nah, like I'm alright.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone is. Like, there is obviously a more contentions towards it, but I don't think everyone has to be depressed. Like,
No,
it's not like, oh, you're a comedian, you have to like, oh, instantly you're depressed.
No, it's not like one of those things where, oh, we need a depressed comic for this lineup. Like to fill in a quota.
Yeah, I'm hitting that bill.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we've got everything. We just need...
Got a woman, we got bipolar, we got depression.
We've got space for another white male straight guy, but only if he's depressed. And everyone's like, I'm depressed. Can I just get can I do a 10? That's like what you were talking about your gig, though. I think it's such a like big like lesson that you're getting paid to be on stage for those 20 minutes. So no matter how it's going, you just have to stay there. So it's not like when you're sort of starting out doing like the unpaid stuff.
You just get off.
You just get off.
You don't want me here. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's call it a night.
Exactly. But then it's a job.
Yeah.
It's job and it's learning.
Then you want to be good at it. That's the thing. That's what it feels shit, doesn't it? Because you're like, I didn't actually like.
But equally,
that person who booked me, I felt like I let them down.
Yeah. And they won't book you again, but like, whatever. Like, that's fine. Like,
all right, Tom.
No, it's true. Like, oh, it's happened to me.
For like a couple more years. So
I'm definitely not getting booked again by you.
You're not going back to Scunthorpe or wherever.
Yeah.
Or like really embarrassing is when you like, someone books you for a 20 and then you call them up and you're like, yeah, I think I've got 10 for you. And you're like, oh. Downgraded me.
Yeah.
That's just like, I think that's even worse.
I think it'd be worse if they did it on the night when they saw you, just like, oh, probably doesn't have that. Like,
you just do a 5.
Cut you down.
Like you're booked for 20, do 3 minutes, you're getting flashed off.
I've heard that happening to people at clubs though. Yeah, just people are absolutely bombing it.
And they're just like flashing off. Oh, I would have way preferred that. That's my time already. Jesus, that flew.
bit of grace. Right, have you no other fails you wish to share with the group?
I don't know. I think,
nothing relationship wise.
I think I was thinking when I was like, what are the biggest failures in life? And I would be like, it would be like the stuff that I find personal failures, like every relationship I've ever been in.
Okay.
Because they failed because I'm single. And then like all these little milestones you want to achieve in your career or what you're trying to do, like, and you just haven't got there. Okay. So that always feels like a failure.
And was there any like crash and burn moment for any of your relationships that you particularly regret?
No, I think it's just communication. I think when I was younger, it's just like, when you end stuff and you're like, stop talking to them or like didn't talk about it properly. So it was like regret of not chatting it out and like
not having a conversation
about why
that's a very
ending it. Like I don't want to be okay, fine, and then you're like,
that's a very like
that could have gone other ways.
Proud thing to do, isn't it? Just be like, well, if you're not speaking to me, I'm not speaking to you.
And like shutting off your feelings and being like, it's fine, and you're like, actually, I'm not fine.
I'm sad.
I didn't want that to happen, so
Oh, that's sad.
That is sad.
That is sad. But now I get to talk to a room full of strangers about it.
Yeah, so. It's like just work it out in my.
But I would like. Do you feel like you wish that your life was good enough that you didn't have to go up on stage and do it?
No.
I think it's a privilege.
I think I just love it.
Yeah.
No,
like
I think it's great, but I wish I didn't need it as much as I do. Like if I don't do it for like 2 weeks, I need to do it. Do you know what I mean? I wish I didn't need to. I wish I was sort of
like addicted to it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do you guys not feel that way?
I don't know if it's an addiction or just like something I want to do. Yeah.
I don't think I feel like I have to do this tomorrow or like tonight and what fucking.
Okay.
I'm like, I just like enjoy it. Being up there and entertaining people and that buzz. But
that's the same. But
I don't feel like I need that validation on my life or something.
Okay, well, good for you. Good for you.
So we've come to All I Do Is Fail. Anna is actually fine, and Andre is misogynist and is fucked. We've all learned some things here today.
Sorry, are you inferring that you didn't enjoy having me here today?
No, I did.
Andre, with you, Tom?
Andre, we always are happy to have you here on All I Do Is Fail. Always.
Whenever someone drops out.
Yeah, whenever. Yeah, you've already been a guest now, so. I don't know. It's interesting, especially the communication thing with relationships. It can be tough.
Yeah.
Okay, but nothing ever horrifically embarrassing happened to you.
Most embarrassing thing that has happened to me is wearing a guy's clothes home instead of my own after not going back to his house.
After not going back
after
to his
going back to his house.
Oh, okay.
So I left my clothes at his, and I don't know why. I was obviously drunk again, and put on his clothes and wore them home.
But like, it's like an active choice you did that because
I didn't really know him that well. So he woke up the next morning and be like, "Do you have my clothes?" And I looked at the floor. I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay. Wait, so
you thought it was your clothes?
I was obviously drunk. I think I had to go home because I was up and work in the morning, and
you were so drunk.
I just put whatever clothes that were closest to me on, so it looked like I robbed all his clothes. so embarrassing.
That would be weird.
That was really weird. Yeah, he's like, "You have everything I own." Like, and I think his wallet was in the jacket pocket. Like, it was like a blazer and jeans. My friend said they seen me come in. I was in heels with men's jeans on and a belt and a man's t-shirt and a blazer. And I woke up and I nearly died. He's like, "Do you have my clothes?" And I was like, "Yes." And we had to like meet in the street and exchange clothes back.
Wait, but surely
like,
in the street.
He had like in the street, and
but surely
he had my clothes in a paper and a plastic bag. And
were you just so drunk that you were just like, "Oh, whatever."
That's what again can't remember. I've got a handle on my drinking now.
Yeah.
And I presume what happened was I woke up being like, "I need to get out of here," and just put on whatever clothes were around me, which happened to be his.
Okay.
And I went home in those.
Yeah, that would tend to happen if you're at someone's house and you're looking around for clothes. That would tend to be his clothes.
Yeah. But it was just creepy to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he find it creepy?
I'd say so. Oh no, we laughed about it afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I say he was like, "That's weird. Why did you wear my clothes home instead of your own?"
Yeah, I mean, that never happens the other way around.
And like, there was like keys and wallets in the jacket. Like, it was like as if I'd like robbed him.
Right. I mean, that's not that bad. It's not that bad. I could have been. It would have been weirder if he had stolen your clothes. There we go.
Oh my god, that would have been way funnier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, guys. This has been All I Do Is Fail. I've been your host, Tom Elwes. Thank you very much, Anna, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we go, is there anything you want to plug? Any shows coming up? Handles?
My handle online is Anna Cliff Comedy. And what am I doing? I'm doing the Brighton Fringe, 28th, 29th, and 30th of May at the Quadrant.
Very nice.
My show is called Bananas, work in progress. And then I'll be doing another show from the Fringe in the new Wimbledon Theatre. No, okay. New Theatre Wimbledon. Can't say the word theatre properly. And the 18th of June. So that's like another ticketed thing I should push.
Very cool.
Andre, you want to plug anything?
Yes.
Go on.
When's this coming out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. In that case, if it's coming out tomorrow, Thursday, doing the Green Room Comedy Club on Holloway Road. We got really sick lineup. So we got Sean McLaughlin coming down, open for Bill Burr and Ricky Gervais. Got Nigel Lung, Francis Foster. And then on the next one, 22nd of March, we're going to have a set from our very own Tom Elwes.
Well, that's good. There you go.
Wow. So you should come to that.
Yeah, you should all come to that. Instagram handles, anything?
The Andre De Freitas.
Cool. All right, guys. This has been All I Do Is Fail. I am Tom Elwes. That's Tom Elwes. Ali will be joining us again next week.
This was a trial and it went very badly.
Mooch has got the job next time. Right. Guys, you guys have been amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you also so much for your support. We've been really, really enjoying all the things that you've been writing in and saying, and to all the listeners, thank you very much. Please follow us at AIDIF Pod if you're a newbie. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.